Hello everyone, happy new year. My name is Heather and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my New Year's resolutions for 2018. I did this back in 2016. I did not post a video like this last year, but I did make some resolutions in 2017 and I wanted to kind of quickly go over what those resolutions were from last year and kind of compare them to my resolutions for 2018. So I had 11 resolutions and I usually do that. I usually make quite a lot and then, I don't know, they're from like different categories of life, if that makes any sense. And I'm usually successful with about like half of them. But the first one is kind of funny looking back, and that was finish decluttering. So I would call that a win because I did declutter a lot in 2017 and I was always decluttering. I would constantly be evaluating things that I was using, things that were in my life. It's funny because I don't think I'll ever be done decluttering. I enjoy it. I think I'm always going to be evaluating the things that I'm using. So that's definitely something that's in my 2018 resolutions, but I've worded it a little bit differently. So the second 2017 resolution was to read 60 books. Yeah, that didn't happen. I think I read around 30 or something like that. I just wasn't reading very much in 2017, not nearly as much as I read in 2016. I think that's why I made that resolution, because I had read so much the year before. My third resolution was to run a 10-mile race. I had gotten up to 6 miles when I was running, and then I just kind of like stopped running and I never did run a 10-mile race, and I really haven't been running lately, which is okay. Number 4 was to look and feel my personal best. And I mean, I would say that was kind of successful. I feel like I do look good to myself, but I don't know, I definitely wasn't on it all year long. There were ups and downs when it came to how well I was treating my body, but I kind of ended the year on a higher note. Resolution number 5 was to pan a palette. I got a lot of progress on my pan that palette, but I did not completely pan the palette, and that's okay. Resolution number 6 from last year was to have $1,000 in savings, and I did, yay. Number 7 was to pay off credit card debt. That did not happen, but we'll do better in 2018. Now, resolution number 8 was to comment on YouTube more, and I definitely did that, especially on smaller YouTubers' channels. I tried to comment on every single YouTube video that had like a smaller subscriber count, because I just knew that they would see it and appreciate it a lot more. Like, I would say whenever I watched like a Zoella video, I did not really comment because he just gets lost in the comments. I would comment on some people's videos who had like 1 million subscribers or more, like Estee Lalonde. I would comment on hers and she has responded on multiple occasions. Ingrid Nilsson has responded to me. Nikki Philippi has responded to me. So I do comment on some big YouTubers' videos. Like I would comment on their videos if I felt like they would see it and appreciate it, because that's what YouTube is. It's a community. We need to be commenting on each other's videos more. Number 9 was to only subscribe when I really want to subscribe and not feel like I have to because people are commenting sub for sub, let's be YouTube friends, like those like really disingenuous, is that the word? Comments that, I don't know, when I first started my channel, I used to feel like, oh yeah, they really mean it. They don't. I like to keep a really clean subscription box. I really want to watch every video in my subscription box and not feel like I'm subscribed to someone out of some sort of like obligation. I don't know. So if that sounds bad, I don't know. I just don't like having a video in my subscription box that I don't really want to watch, especially if it like happens again and again and again with the same YouTubers. And I'm like, why am I even subscribed to this person if I don't want to watch them? But anyway, I did a lot better at that in 2017, and I was really a lot more intentional about who I was subscribed to. Number 10 was to live minimally and intentionally, and I feel like I was really successful with that. And then my last resolution was to get a tattoo, like get my first tattoo, and I did. So there you go. So those are my 2017 resolutions. So I have this whole like list of 2018 resolutions. So this is a lot. Like, let's see how I do. And they're categorized. So in terms of health, I want to continue strength training and weightlifting even after my personal training sessions expire. I know myself, and I know that my tendency will be to just stop going to the gym after my personal training sessions expire, but I'm gonna really try and make going to the gym a habit other than my sessions. So recently I've really only been going when I've had an appointment to go, but I want to make it a habit to go even when I don't have an appointment to go, so that when my sessions expire, I will be far more likely to go to the gym. I want to make meal planning and meal prep a priority. I've been doing a lot better with packing my lunches ever since I got this nanny job, because it's not a job where I can like leave and go to Starbucks or something. But I think when it comes to like dinner is definitely gauges in my weak point. So we have been really trying to meal plan and prep a lot more. And my dental hygiene has been really bad lately, so I want to like up my dental hygiene game. I need to set up a better evening routine. I really haven't had a good evening routine in a long time, and this is a new year, so it's time to set up a nice new evening routine. I'm gonna be starting rehearsals for a play, so it's definitely going to be making an evening routine really hard, but I still want to try. And I think once I have an evening routine set up, I will do a lot better with my skincare, and like my dental hygiene is part of that. If like the lighting or the angle is different, I'm so sorry. I just had to change my battery, that's why. I want to cook more new recipes, especially vegan recipes, because I have been a vegetarian since the beginning of April of 2017, and I mean, I don't really have any like set intentions to become a vegan, but I think it might be interesting to do kind of experiments where I have like a week of eating vegan, or like eventually a month of eating vegan. I don't know, just maybe just experiment a little bit. So I want to try and learn some more vegan recipes, and I do have 2 vegan cookbooks. And I want to meditate every day. That is something that my therapist has told me I really need to do, and I have a meditation app that I've been successfully using in the past, and I want to get back into that. And we have a hot tub in our living community, and Gage and I went and soaked in it recently, and it was so relaxing. We did it for the first time. We've lived here for like 6 months, and it was just really nice. And I feel like in terms of self-care, that's something I should probably do more often. And I do want to start doing yoga again. I feel like my flexibility has been just bad lately. Like, I used to be able to do the splits, and I tried recently, and I'm like, what? I can't do the splits anymore. Like, I don't know, like I do want to start doing yoga again. So whether that's more yoga with Adrian, or going to like the yoga class at my gym, or what have you, but I want to start doing that again. The next category is hobbies. My goal is to participate in at least 4 plays. So I'm already in 1 play. So after this one is over, I would like to do 3 more. And I want to read at least 2 books per month. And I used to be able to read like 8 books in a month. I used to be able to do that. And then I started school, and that kind of messed me up. Then I stopped doing school, and then I just wasn't reading. Like, school messed up my reading, and then when I stopped going to school, I just never started reading again. I have a whole stack of books in front of me. I know 99% of them I'll declutter them once I'm done. I just need to read them so they're out of my life. So yeah, 2 books a month I feel like is really doable, and once I start picking up the book, it'll probably be a good book, and I'll probably read it really quickly, and I'll probably end up reading more than 2 books in a month. I want to write 5,000 words a week of 1 of 2 of my stories. I have 2 stories I've been working on in 2017, and I would like to finish them by the end of the year, but I think having a word count for the week is totally doable. So I have my Saturday mornings set aside for just like putting my laptop in front of me and just like writing. I could totally do 5,000 words in one sitting in the morning. I've done it before. I get really inspired and really on a roll. 5,000 is like nothing. And I would love to make it a habit for every day, but during the week when I'm at work and going to rehearsals, there's just no way. I want to post more regularly on YouTube. I have a problem, you guys, okay? I will film a bunch of videos and then I'll post like a lot in a week, and then I'll go a week without posting, and then the next week I'll maybe post a few, and then maybe the next week it's nothing, and then the next week it's like one video. I'm very inconsistent and it's a problem. So I just need to post more regularly on YouTube. That is a goal. And I have in parentheses 10K, because by the end of the year it'd be really cool to have 10,000 subscribers, but I'm not focusing on the numbers. I love each and every one of the subscribers that I have right now. I'm so thankful for you guys. So I really don't, like, I don't need to ever get 10,000. It would just be kind of cool if I did. The next one, I want to do a photo a day challenge on Instagram. I have completely scrapped my Instagram theme for HeatherStylesLife, and I kind of want to do a whole video on like how minimalism has affected my social media usage. So if you're interested in something like that, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments. Because yeah, I just have some thoughts on that. So I just in general want to take more pictures. I kind of want to do like a selfie a day kind of thing and see like if my face changes throughout the year. Is that weird? It's probably really weird. Anyway, but yeah, in general, I just want to take more pictures of my life, and Gage and I need pictures like of the two of us, because we've been married for 5 years and there are barely any pictures of the two of us. It's kind of a problem. I want to start painting again. This is not something I'm going to start anytime soon, but I want to do it this year. I used to love painting, and I kind of want to show you guys some of my really old art from when I used to paint a lot, but that's kind of something I'd probably put on my vlog channel. I want to start pole dancing again. It's such a great workout. It's so much fun. I spent all this money on a great pole. I finally have a place with hard floors instead of carpet, so I don't get carpet burn anymore. But it's been so long since I pole danced, I don't want to just like start again. I need to start taking classes again, because I really don't want to hurt myself. I feel like I'll hurt myself if I just like start. And then this is it's not really a hobby, but it is kind of how I spend my time. I want to watch only new TV shows. I have a problem where I will watch old episodes of things that I've seen a million times, and I suck up so much valuable time doing this. I'm talking watching Gilmore Girls all the way through for like the 10th time, and How I Met Your Mother for like the 18th time, and The Office, and Friends, and Parks and Rec, and like I could go on and on and on, and I have wasted so much of my life watching these shows that I've seen over and over and over again. But there's so much new content out there that I am just, all of 2018, you guys, this is gonna be really hard, okay? I go to sleep watching these shows, so I need to have a new way of going to sleep too. I used to be able to just go to sleep, like just turn off the light and just go to sleep, and I didn't have to listen to anything, and it's Gage's fault. He got me into this habit where I have to listen to something when I go to sleep. Oh my God. Gage! You scared me.
I waited until you took a break to open your door.
I'm keeping that in. So yeah, this is gonna be really hard, but I really want to do this. I feel like it's gonna open up so much time in my life, and it's just a bad habit. It's just a time suck. There are so many things that I want to do with my time, and then I just waste all this time watching stuff I've seen a million times. Next is my environment, and I'm not talking about like being good to the environment, which that's important. I'm talking about like my space, my home, etc. Instead of finish decluttering, I want to continue decluttering, and I have in parentheses here sentimental, because I do want to film a video on decluttering my sentimental items, because I haven't gotten around to it yet, especially with kind of my new mindset about it. I've decluttered it before when I did the KonMari method, but with a lot of what I have learned from the minimalists, I think I could get rid of so much. So I really want to do a video about that this month. I don't want the laundry to pile up anymore. Gage and I have a problem where we let the laundry pile up, and It's a bad habit, and I just want to be better about that. I don't want to let the dishes pile up either, so that's kind of also part of the evening routine, is making sure that there aren't any dirty dishes in the sink. These are kind of combined resolutions of mine and Gage's, so I will have a partner in crime when it comes to these, which is nice. I want to make sure we wash the bedding every weekend. That might seem excessive to some of you, but we do have a dog who sleeps with us in the bed, and so it just helps to kind of like cut down on the amount of fur that we're sleeping with. I want to vacuum every weekend. Again, a dog with a lot of fur that she sheds everywhere. I want to keep my office tidy and inspiring. Today, I finally cleaned my office. I'm ready to like be in my space again. I feel like it got out of hand and I didn't want to be in here because it was such a mess. So it's tidy, and I would love to kind of do some art or do something so I have more like art on the walls and to make it a more inspiring place to be in more often. If you want to see a tour of my office, then let me know in the comments. I kind of want to do that for you guys. I want to do a house tour also, a minimalist house tour, but we need some cleaning. We need to do some cleaning because I am a minimalist, but I can also be a slob. You could be both. It's possible. Also with my environment is keeping clutter off of surfaces. That's just a bad habit that Gage and I both have, so we just want to work on it. And then I have a resolution section titled Harley, because I just want to pour even more of my love into her than I already do, which is that possible? I don't know. I love her so much. I want to take her to a dog park or dog camp at least once a month to kind of get her to like socialize with other dogs more, because I mean, she's good with other dogs. She's very submissive. So she lets them sniff her. She'll sniff them back, but she's more of a people dog than a dog. Like, she just wants to hang out with the people. But I think it might be nice for her to play with some other dogs, but I'm not gonna force her. Like, if she doesn't want to play with them. But anyway, it just might be nice for her to do that. I want to walk her more. We get so lazy when it comes to walking her. Sometimes we just kind of like take her out, let her do her thing, and then we bring her back in. But she just needs to be walked more. Like, it's just good for her. We live in this beautiful place where the weather is constantly beautiful. It's really just us being lazy, so we need to walk her more. We don't have an excuse. She needs to get one of her teeth extracted this year too, because she broke her tooth. She broke 2 of her teeth on a dog bone, so we threw out that dog bone. By the way, I learned from the vet that if you can't like make an imprint with your nail in a dog bone, you shouldn't let your dog chew on it because it's too hard for her to chew on, or him. So yeah, one tooth, it's just a chip, so it doesn't need to be pulled, but there's another tooth that's like really broken. So that's one of our resolutions. We need to get that pulled this year. I want to be better about brushing her at least once a month. She has a lot of fur. And then bathing her every 3 months. Some dogs need to be bathed more. Some dogs don't need to be bathed very often. She just doesn't need to be bathed that often. She's not a stinky dog or anything. And that's not just us being like biased. We've had people come in just like, she's not a stinky dog. But it is just good for her to be bathed every once in a while. So I feel like 4 times a year is enough for her. And then she does have a doggy drinking fountain because we spoil her. She's such a spoiled little dog. So we need to clean that fountain every 2 weeks. We get a little lazy about that. But yeah. Another section for my New Year's resolutions is for my anxiety. I have some social anxiety. We're in this beautiful place. Like I said, we're in San Diego and there's so much to do and so much to see, but I have a fear of going to new places and like driving to new places. I'm afraid that I won't be able to find parking. I'm afraid of getting lost or making a wrong turn and having to like find my way somewhere. Like, I'm like getting really nervous talking about it. There's so much to do and see here that I do feel like I'm missing out on it a little bit, and avoidance of something makes the anxiety a lot stronger, is what my therapist says. So I need to stop avoiding these things and just go and do them. And especially when I have Gage with me, it makes it a lot easier because I just let him do the driving and deal with that because he doesn't worry about any of that stuff. And having him like just help me so I can see these amazing things and experience these things without worrying about the thing that I'm scared of. But even when he's gone, because he's gonna have to go back to training at some point, I would like to kind of be brave and maybe like do some exploring on my own. Oh my God, that sounds like something I would never do, but I need to. I feel like that'd be so good for me to do that. Socialize 2 times a month is on my list of resolutions. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I am such a little hermit crab. I have Gage and I have Harley, and the vast majority of the time, that's all I need. My best friend in the world other than Gage is Rachel, and she lives on the East Coast, and we do FaceTime and stuff and text, and I love her so much and I miss her so much, but I don't have that like in-person girl time right now, and sometimes I miss that. So I do have some local friends. They are about an hour and a half away, but I feel like twice a month we could hook up. Oh my God, that's like young person code for like dirty stuff, right? I don't mean like that. I mean like hang out. I should have just said hang out, but anyway, the good thing is though, once I'm in my play and start rehearsing and everything, that's kind of going to count for socializing. So during the rehearsal time, I'll actually be socializing a lot. So that's going to exhaust me. I don't know if you guys know or have been able to tell yet, but I am an introvert. Hardcore. I get so tired hanging out with people, even if it's people like my family, actually, especially my family. I need to get a passport. This is kind of under anxiety because it has to do with traveling. I've never left the country. Neither has Gage. We have never left the country. We need to get passports so that we can go somewhere because that's crazy. I have such wanderlust and I want to see the world, but I can't if I don't have a passport. So we don't have any plans to leave the country in 2018, but we need to get passports regardless. I just think that we need to have them. And then go camping is something I want to do more, kind of having to do with my anxiety because it's like going somewhere. So I just want to go do that. I think that'd be really fun. And then the last section has to do with finances. So there are a couple of credit cards that we want to pay off by the end of the year and a couple of loans that we want to pay off by the end of the year. And another part of that is sticking to our budget. So the way our budget is set up, it is totally possible for us to pay these things off by the end of the year if we stick to our budget. So that's important. And then I want to continue being really intentional about the purchases that we make. And the final part of my finances goals is to use any money that I make from YouTube to invest in my future dreams. So if you're really new to this channel, you might not know that my like pipe dream, whether that's 2 years from now or whatever, I would love to really seriously start pursuing acting as a career. At some point before I die, okay, I would like to be paid to act, whether it's once or like for a long time in my career. That'd be amazing. But if it only happens once, I will feel so happy. Like, I just need it to happen one time. I just want to get paid to act so I can be like, yes, I am an actress as a vocation. That'd be so awesome. But I have really old headshots. I would like to take acting classes. Like, there are things that I want to do for that dream that cost money. And so I don't make a lot of money on YouTube. I mean, you guys know, like, it's a really small channel, so I don't make a lot of money on YouTube, but every once in a while I'll get a paycheck from YouTube, and it really just is like extra money that we have in our budget, but it's extra money, so we don't actually need it to survive. I could just start putting that in a little bucket and have that be like my bucket for my dreams for the future, and that would just be so cool to be like, this is money that I made from doing something I already love doing, but I could put it into just that far away, like, that'd be so cool if I could do this thing, and have some like money to, like, I guess seed money, but like to finance that. So yeah, that is that goal. So those are my resolutions. I know it's a lot. It is a lot. But I always do this to myself at the beginning of the year. Every year I give myself a ton of goals, and something feels different about this year. And that's not something I say every year, by the way. So I'm sure a lot of people say that. And as a side note, yeah, January 1st is a completely arbitrary like date, but we give it so much meaning because it's a new year, new me, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, something feels different about this year. Last year, I didn't really want to like put a lot of time and effort into starting any new projects because I knew I'd be moving back across the country, and I knew that there's gonna be a lot of like things that were gonna take up my time. This year, I'm gonna be a lot more stable. I am gonna be in this one place for the whole year. I'm gonna have the same job for the full year. I know this is a job that I am like happy with, I can stick with. It's like perfect when it comes to my scheduling and all of that stuff. And the main things about my life are not going to change. So I can actually set up more routines, and that just feels really good. And I'm just so inspired for this year. I hope that in some way that kind of inspires you guys. Some of you might not really make New Year's resolutions, and that's totally okay. I'm just the kind of person that does, and I just feeling really excited. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you are into inspiring videos like I hope this was. And before I sign off, I did want to shout one of you guys out. I've been doing that in my videos lately. So let me pull up a comment from one of my past videos. Okay, so from my Finish 17 in 2017 Project Pan finale, I want to shout out Alice Victoria. She said, "I like the background, girl, and keep it up." Double heart emojis. So thank you so much. I'm glad you like my background. I like my background too. It's easy, and I don't have to ever worry about cleaning behind me, which is wonderful. It needs to be ironed or steamed, I know. I think I've gotten like 2 comments saying, please iron your backdrop, and I should. I don't know when it'll happen, but I agree. I should do that. Thank you so much for commenting. I really appreciate you watching my videos. I love people who comment on videos and take the time to do that. Like I said at the very beginning of this video, I've been really trying to comment more, and I just think it's just a great thing to do. So that's why I started shouting you guys out, because I really want to thank you for that. I really appreciate it. So with all that said, thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.